Hi. So this short video is what we had discussed in the last session. How can we make a dashboard similar in many ways to Power BI and Tableau, but we don't have to go through the hassle of uploading the data on Power BI or Tableau. We can make a tool, a utility that works completely locally without the internet required. And you're able to upload new data every time. Of course, assuming that the template remains the same. And what it gives you as an output is essentially the infographic that you can share with others on a communication medium, a WhatsApp and email. So right now we have five columns: transaction ID, customer code, date, category, sales amount. So we come to Google AI Studio. First thing is you have to come to chat on the left. Then on the right, make sure that the model that you've selected is the correct one. That would be Gemini 2.5 Pro. Let me do that again. Yeah. So on the top right corner, make sure you have chosen Gemini 2.5 Pro. And then there is an option called grounding with Google search that you must turn off. Make sure it is not turned on. Perfect. Now, remember, we are not uploading our Excel. We can, but then there is a safety concern and all of that. Plus, in any case, it won't accept large Excel files. So all we do here is we take the column headings and we teach Google AI Studio to create a utility or a tool for us in which the same columns will come every time. So we will say, create an HTML tool, allow user to upload an Excel. The Excel will have these columns. And then we put the column names. So once it reads it, it should make some KPIs. For example, the KPIs that I want are the average sales, the max sales, the min sales, and the total sales. Then we would also like a chart for sales per category. We would like a line chart that shows sales for each day. And we also want the ability, a scatter chart. So we want a scatter chart showing the customer code and sales and maybe the number of transactions. And there is a filter at the top of the page that shows us the filter for maybe the category. So there we go. We run this, it is going to write HTML for us. Now, this is not a black box, so it even tells you how it has interpreted your requirement and also talks back to you. Now, this is very important. I don't expect you to read all of it, but especially if you get stuck or if the code gets stuck, read it. And also, even generally, I mean, it's a good learning mechanism to maybe not read the entire thing, but scan through all of it. So we'll wait for the code to complete. All right, so we can even preview the output. So here we have the preview icon, or you can download it. So let's download it for now. I'm going to open this so we can upload. Let's come to our desktop and then upload our file. Yeah, as you can see, the chart is there, the KPIs are there, and our filters are there. Then again, all the other additions that you want to do, all the corrections can be done a little bit at a time with the prompt. For example, in this case, it shows you customer sales and transaction, but it actually doesn't show you anything, right? So there is an error. Take a screenshot, come back and tell it, thanks. This is not working. So I will say, I want a single bubble or a point. So I want a point for each customer code. And then Y axis is my sales and X axis is number of transactions. So you can continue to make changes on top of it. And after all, that is vibe coding. It will never happen perfectly the first time. Perfect. Let's wait for this. There we go. Let's download this. Okay, let's try that again. So we upload a file. Yeah, hey, you notice the scatter is coming. Then, of course, you can add a export feature. You can export it as a PDF. And obviously, as long as the column headings remain the same, you can continue to work on this in every single cycle as the data keeps on getting updated. Then, of course, you can add a password in the beginning by telling it that there are three people. Person one can only access a certain type of data, two can access a certain type of data, and so on. Remember, there is no backend to it, but the good part is that this is scalable, which means that in the future, if you want to continue making changes on it, you can just upload the HTML and then ask it more additions. And if you send it to your IT team, this is how they build a lot of application, so they can actually make the backend and make it more robust. That's about it. You can try this out, and I'm sure you will have a lot of questions when you do. So I'll be happy to discuss that in the next session.